I think that these two women, and then, of course, the behind closed doors meetings, mainly between him and his buddy, Senator Coons, are really what convinced him. We saw that kind of back and forth where everybody, including myself, was sitting there watching the TV going, oh my gosh, what's happening? Why do they keep going to this back room to have a discussion? You know, how come the Republicans keep huddling? How come the Democrats keep huddling? And there was this ongoing conversation between Senator Flake and Senator Coons and Senator Feinstein and Klobuchar and others. So it's interesting. I think that you cannot deny that these protesters definitely had an effect on him. And you hear the tears in their voice, you hear the anguish, and you can't help but feel for them. And in his situation, I mean, these same two women also approached Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell at Reagan as he was flying out the other day and confronted him as well. Like, what are you supposed to do? I feel like I would try to engage, I would try to be peaceful, but the bottom line is these are Republican white men that are not people that these women would support, no matter how kind and decent they were to them. So I think kind of just trying to go on about your day and, you know, being silent while they yell at you it was probably his best course of action. But for Flake to now say that this didn't affect his vote is utterly ridiculous.
Right. It's very unbelievable. Yes, I think you and I both would have engaged these women. Neither of us have learned to keep our mouths shut in situations like this. I would have wanted to talk to them. I would have wanted to talk to them because one of the premises of what they're saying is untrue. The girl said, if you vote to put Judge Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, you're telling victims like me that we're not worth listening to, that what happened to us doesn't matter. And that is so false. And I'm so sorry that she feels that way. It actually, if you allow this believe all women mantra to become our standard for whether or not someone's guilty or whether they're innocent, if we take an allegation and use that as a conviction of guilt, that's actually going to do a disservice to women like these women who confronted Flake in the elevator, because their allegations are just going to be dismissed and brushed under the rug because they're going to become political weapons. As soon as we lower the standard, all allegations will become political weapons and real victims will be the ones who suffer. I wish someone had told them that.
And beyond that, it undermines the process of our entire judicial system.
Right.
That seems to be something that, you know, typically leftists are people more so than those on the right, although I think that there is some grouping of agreement here about, you know, over incarceration and fixes to our judiciary system that need to occur when it comes to drug and rehabilitation and violent crimes. You see a lot of crossover, I think, specifically amongst libertarians and liberals in this vein. And so for people that typically are like, oh, hey, innocent until proven guilty, it's interesting that here, no, Kavanaugh is guilty. He's a gang rapist. He's an assaulter of women. He's all these other horrible things, even though there's no evidence. Another point that one of the protesters brought up that is entirely untrue is that nobody's doing anything about it. Excuse me, we are doing something about it. The Senate Judiciary did do something about it. They did their job of actually looking into this. And then after they did their job of looking into it and finding no corroborative evidence or any evidence of any kind, they said, sure, we'll appease the Democrats and we'll, you know, pass the buck along to the FBI, who will do another investigation that I agree with you is also going to turn up nada.